General nerdery.
So there's this guy that works in the kitchen with us, who is confusingly also named Zach, and that's never messed us up at all, I promise you. But I don't know if he... No, it's not the story you're thinking of, but...
that one really unsettled me the whole day.
A shift lead walked up to us and went, "Have you seen Zach?" And we both just kind of like stared at her for a moment. She's like, "Oh, right. No, other Zach." But no.
I swore Zach was dead and I was talking to a ghost for like a moment there.
It was 6 a.m. in our defense. But no, this Zach, very nice man. I don't know if he listens to the podcast. If so, hey dude, how's it going? Like you a lot. Or if he's just, again, very nice man who like asks me about it to be friendly, to keep up conversation. He's asking, doing Doctor Who this week, and goes, "Have you ever watched Star Trek before?" And I like straight up was like, "Yes." Yes, I have.
Not at once. Tell me about it.
He told me this story later that day because I was with him helping some friends move. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious because the way I know you...
I told him, yeah.
...is because you were wearing a fucking Starfleet pin. And I was like the fucking...
Off to a flame.
Like Donald Sutherland in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, just like...
It was when I turned like 30. I bought the like... It was like a collection of all of the Star Trek, like, communicator badges, just as pins. They're metal. They're really nice. I still have them. I was super excited when I got them, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this now. Like, there's a reason I don't buy, like, mostly when I, panic buy for that ADHD dopamine hit, is, like, books.
Yeah.
Because I can read them and put them on. And I'm like, I bought the... All right. That was fun. So I put one on my hat and was wearing it for a while, and it worked out, I guess, because Steven's here.
It got you an editor.
Yeah.
And Stowaway, but that's a different show. Tyler would let you do it, though, I'm sure.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
I'm not as good as him.
Welcome to General Nerdery, your podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
And as we've already mentioned, we have Steven with us. And as we always do for Doctor Who episodes, we have Hydee with us once again.
Hello.
Hi, Hydee.
Hi, Hydee. Yeah, we are here for the first half of the most recent, still confusingly listed season of the Ncuti Gatwa. Because it is season 2 or season,
Series 15.
Series 15 or season 2, depending on where you're looking for it. I couldn't remember 15, so when I went looking this up to try to check something, I typed in season 2, and they were like, there are 3 possible options for this. Fuck you, Doctor Who. Tyler, can you remind us what episodes we...
Let's see.
Here?
The Robot Revolution, Lux, The Well, and Lucky Day. That's all of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it. I sure fucking hope so, because that's where I stopped.
Me too.
Same.
I was trying to... The list here has Joy to the World as number 1.
I got
so I was
confused by
having
that
to...
too.
Oh, yeah.
I had a moment of do I have to watch? No, we already covered this one.
God, I fucking did not enjoy that one.
Joy to the World.
It really comes together in the end in a way that I'm just not here for.
The whole kind of Jesus-y thing at the end?
Where it's the Star of Bethlehem is the whole shtick of the whole thing? Yeah, that didn't work for me.
Yeah, Stephen Moffat was always a little on the nose with Christmas episodes.
Yeah. So...
Although it had Frenchie.
That's true, it had
he
Frenchie.
Was so good in it, too.
And I forget her name, but Lachlan or...
Nicole Coughlin?
Coughlin?
She was
Nicola.
I really enjoyed her.
Also,
there's lots of great parts.
The lady in the hotel, it's really just the ending where it gets super Jesus-y is where it
Yeah.
gets weird. Up to, it's a lot of fun.
Okay,
as an
so
episode.
lady in the
just cut it
hotel
off at that end.
Should have been that companion.
Should have been.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so...
Still could be. Oh, well, probably. I don't know.
Probably not, but
Probably
technically could be.
Could be.
in the list of people who probably should have been companions. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to go about this, start, and I know we're going to start with the Robot Revolution, but, overall, am I alone in thinking that this season was, at least so far, was a little weaker than last season?
Oh yeah. I think, like, for instance, The Well is one of my least favorite episodes of New Who.
Oh,
Interesting. I want to hear
think
about that
might
later.
be
But
one of my favorites.
I was having just recently watched whatever the midnight episode was.
it's just midnight.
Is it just
Yeah,
called Midnight?
it's just called Midnight.
Having just recently watched it, I was excited to have it be a callback to that. And that's all I got.
I want to be clear. Like, I do like this season overall. Ncuti Gatwa does continue to be fucking inspired as the Doctor.
I might be safe in saying he's my favorite Doctor.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with that.
Capaldi.
But I am with you. Like, when it
Previous
comes to the
favorite.
different extremes
With the
of-
heavy asterisks of I'm in the middle of a rewatch. I'm currently in Tenet, not Tenet, in Smith. I'm about to watch the Van Gogh episode,
Oh God.
Oh, good. You're ready to cry then.
which is why I haven't watched it.
That's so good.
That
One of
is
my favorites.
gun to my head. Might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's top 3 for sure.
Top 5 at the worst. Yeah.
Right, like it's safely, comfortably in top 5. And I've never watched Jodie, and I want to. I'm going to rectify that. I'm working on it. After we recorded the first batch of specials, I started slowly watching through, and I'm inching my way there. But I had a wedding, so got sidetracked. That's all I got.
Okay.
But yeah, Ncuti's I think my favorite Doctor.
Yeah.
For youthful doctors, yes, because I kind of have to split doctors into like
Grumpy old men.
grumpy old men, excited
and then
youths.
Labrador
Yes.
retrievers. Yeah.
I think now I tend to prefer grumpy old men doctors, so Peter Capaldi is my favorite. Ncuti, God, I love Ncuti though.
He just has the best
Oh.
charisma. He has about I don't know. He's just amazing.
I do like Belinda a lot.
I like her.
I feel bad she's a little Martha Jones in that, like, every
Miss Belinda Chandra.
yes,
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh, they Martha'd her.
every doctor has the iconic companion.
Mm-hmm.
She is not Ncuti's iconic companion. And but that doesn't mean that she does a bad job. It's just not,
No,
Tom
I like
Baker with Sarah Jane Smith or Matt Smith with
the Pawns.
the Pawns. Yeah, Amy specifically, but
Amy,
I know Rory.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is, and I mean, we don't even know if there's going to be another season of Doctor Who at this point. But like, the fun thing about not being one Doctor's iconic companion is you can be the next Doctor's iconic companion still. Like,
That's true.
Matt Smith and Clara were fun together. I actually really like those episodes, but she's way more iconic with Capaldi than she is with Smith.
She was amazing with Capaldi, I think. But
I think she's the weakest part of the beginning of his run, but
okay.
Sure, but she's still like the companion for. I mean, I like Bill and Nardole better, but
I'm gonna.
you've not gotten there really.
No, I've gotten there, and I'm in Tyler's camp. I do think it's kind of the weakest part of Capaldi's run. I do think she works better, but also she's a little bit hobbled by having to be something that was set up by a former showrunner and not really being able
it's
to.
still the same show.
Oh, showrunner?
Yeah.
So it
Moffat
just doesn't work for
had
me.
like a fucking schizophrenic break halfway through and like tried to write a completely different show. It's
That's a good way to explain it.
I really love her. I don't think she works. She's
a different character each season.
Yes.
yeah.
Is my biggest problem with her. Also, I don't like Danny Pink. I'm sorry, I have to give in and admit that. Her boyfriend from the one season. We are so far away from Ncuti. Robot Revolution. I am going to put.
I will mention Belinda Chandra is played by Varada Sethu.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who was in Boom. And was incredible in Boom. From the last season, the one where he can't step off the landmine. And I thought they were going to make it a big mystery, like, how is this the same? I thought it was going to be another fucking Impossible Girl. And I love that they skipped over all of that and was just like, met your descendant, liked her, looks a lot like you. Peace.
Pretty fucking wild. You guys look the same. I thought like wild that you look the same. But yeah,
Anyway.
moving along.
And like it could be a thing, but also it's just a really easy way to like. We liked this actress. We wanted her back. We acknowledged that she's been here before.
Right.
They did a similar thing with Martha Jones because she had been in an episode the season before.
Karen Gillan,
died.
Peter Capaldi.
Karen Gillan, they just do not talk about it.
They just don't talk about it. But also, like,
Do they
she's
talk
also,
about? They don't talk about Capaldi either.
Capaldi, they do. They have an entire thing of like, I remember where I got that face from. It's
that's
one of my favorite scenes he
That's
ever
right.
does.
interesting. I forget that.
To remind me, to hold me to the level. I'm the doctor, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
Colin Baker, they just don't talk about it. Way back in the Peter Davidson era, he is a security guard that like kidnaps the doctor in the Time Lord stuff, and then he regenerates into Colin Baker like a year later. Like it's just time honored tradition to fucking nab people and bring them on. But like, so I'm glad that they acknowledge it. I'm glad they don't stick to it. I think this episode has some really good moments, and that might be kind of my thesis statement for the first half of season 2. But the episode itself was not strong for me.
I feel like it tried to do too much and would have been better as a two-parter.
Yeah.
Give you that. I think that you
Yeah.
It was almost too corny for the level of like fucked up it was trying to do.
I mean, that ending, though, is a little bit... It's pretty fucked up and funny. I really enjoyed that.
The revelation of like the AI, you mean?
Oh,
Or,
no,
like...
the very ending of the episode where...
The sweep up.
The sweep up.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like... I don't know. Doctor Who has always existed on a level like corny in one hand and gut punch in the other. But the robots did not at any point strike me as dangerous, even though we saw them.
They kill a cat real fucking quick, though.
Yeah,
And it's
I
just
They
bet.
like,
kill a lot of things in this
Yeah,
episode.
but like the cat.
that's the only thing that you really see, just like, that I remember in the episode.
And like 10 people.
Well,
Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole fucking the fight scene where people were dying left and right. Sorry, I only had a chance to watch these 4 episodes once through.
yeah.
But like,
I procrastinated. My bad.
Zach has actually already let you know that it's okay. You just have to go re-listen to this and pick out every 9th word.
that was clever. I actually liked that, even though it was fucking weird, and I don't remember why that was a thing.
Yeah, did you understand that? I didn't quite understand this.
I didn't quite understand why it was a thing, but I did understand that apparently he was doing it too, and that was one of the things that didn't work for me in this episode, and I think would have been better fleshed out. I don't know, like, because it's not the AI generator, it's Al.
Ow.
Did you understand this? Did you get this?
I mean,
But I don't remember why it was every 9th word. It's just that, like, then when you listen to every 9th word of his, it's like some part of him deep within trying
Just like
to be
kill
like,
me or
yeah.
something like that.
mm-hmm.
Okay, like we have seen dangerous, corny stuff before with like the Meep episode, where that is straight up
was
those
good though.
those are straight up characters from a 70s British comic book adaptation.
Oh.
And it worked here. These ones looked like they would like break if you pushed them too hard. And that might be where it like they looked too plastic to me. They also sort of looked like evolutions of the robots that speak emoji from that Peter Capaldi episode.
Yeah,
to
they
me.
did.
Like
they look
I-
very similar to
I
those.
kept waiting for to find out that that was like the future or something.
It was like the new Daleks because they're like colored now.
I liked the rainbow Daleks. I'm not
I
gonna
did
lie.
too. I like the rainbow though.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if we would have had more time with it, so they could have addressed kind of all the things going on a little bit more, because like he has the one line in the very beginning where he's like, I know how you girls aren't good at maths. But they don't let us know how shitty he actually is until a flashback right when we're getting, like, the reveal anyway.
It's like...
Although I will say my wife called it immediately that she was like, gross. Something other than that.
I didn't like him.
Immediately. Oh, I mean, immediately.
I was like, I don't
this
like
guy's
him, but I
awful.
don't know. Like, he just seems like he's like awkward. I didn't think he was gonna be evil immediately, but my wife was just like, gross. This
Yeah.
guy is not good. I don't like him. I don't trust him.
I had the same thought. I was like, toxic.
But then, like, I don't know.
We don't have to deal with these kind of people in the same way, so, like, it makes
true.
sense that...
I don't know. Maybe it's just like I didn't like the storytelling technique of giving us all those other scenes of being shitty later during the reveal anyway. It just kind of reminded me of like cheap murder mysteries where they reveal a bunch of clues that the audience never got to know
Yeah.
right at the very end. And you're like, I could have never put that together. You didn't give me the fucking clues.
Yes,
Yes,
there
I
is
will
no
agree
way
that
you
it is pretty thinly veiled, or at least they really kind of throw a lot at you at the very end of like, you should have known this.
What I think that they were kind of trying to go for, and how I read it, and I agree with every single thing you were saying with that statement still, is she had like almost entirely forgotten about this guy, is kind of the thing about it. Of like, because it's some dude that she dated 17 years ago or whatever for probably not very long.
Right.
Who suddenly is like, hey, we're going to get married and you're not going to text after dark and whatever. And she was like, no, get the fuck out of here. And went on with life and largely forgot about him until this came up. So, like, I kind of get, but also in that, like, oh, yeah, I do remember that guy. Oh, yeah, he sucked. But we don't, I think that's what they were going for. I don't know how well that was conveyed. Like, I don't know how well it worked, I guess. It also was weird to me that this weirdo fucking incel who, like, even before she dumps him, even before we find out that he goes to kiss her and it's, like, the worst kiss in history, like, I just was automatically like, I don't want this.
It was icky.
I want this even less than she wants this, and she clearly does not want this. Why the fuck did she keep that
But
scrap
at least
of
that was
paper?
kind of like cutely awkward.
I didn't read it as...
No,
cute.
I read
I
it
will
as
say
well.
I did. I honestly will say I read it as cutely awkward as well. That's honestly my initial read of that. But my partner read that for filth.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, yeah, good point. But I was like, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
In the moment, honestly.
No,
I was glad she pointed it out.
The thing I most don't buy out of all of it is that the guy that we saw eventually in all those flashbacks saying all of that terrible shit, and then who immediately upon gaining power, like, killed somebody within the first 10 seconds, is then also, like, using this workaround in his own system that's like, every ninth word, please fucking kill me.
Yeah, like, why would... that's the thing that doesn't really work, is like, why is this here? That I still don't understand that part. Because, like...
And I guess it's not so much... Again, I'm going to try to argue for it, even though I agree with every word you just said. It might not be so much like, oh, because I know that this is awful or whatever, but, like, my life fucking sucks in this. Like, it's not so much like, oh, save me because I've got good in me deep inside, but just like, ow. Please let me die. I don't know. I'm trying.
And
Oh, yeah,
don't
no,
think
I
it
think
works
he's in
as a-
pain and doesn't want to be alive anymore.
Yeah.
I fully read that.
Yeah.
And there's one other bit to it that just, I'll admit, my first time through, it didn't stick out as much to me. But once I got to episode 4, which first off, I'm going to say, I think episode 4, whatever the fuck its name is,
Lucky Day.
Lucky
is a
Day.
great episode.
It's a
Yeah.
good episode.
It's a fantastic episode.
Yes, it also really makes me angry at points. Which,
Oh.
Good.
But-
It'd be weird if it didn't.
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess I extra now feel like it's weird that he's like this, help me actually in the background, when we see him embrace the power so easily, but also, like, I feel like they could have just leaned into that more to also make some of the other points that they are making a couple times throughout this season and do better with. Like, lean into the fact more that it's an AI generator, but it's the Al generator. But we know that AI is just going to continually feed into these, like, feedback loops of telling people what they want to hear. And, like, that's why he's now as far gone as he is. And it can be one and the same thing. Doctor Who does this bullshit all the time. And, like, we get an amazing speech in episode 4 about, like, echo chambers and stuff. And I kind of wish some of that would have been in this episode, because I feel like that episode is so strong. And you have a lot of the same topics being touched on in this, but
It definitely hits the incels are so strong in both episodes, but that one is a good episode, and this one is a decidedly episode with good things in it.
Yeah. Who's the writer for this one?
Probably RTD, but I don't actually.
Because
Yeah,
I know
RTD.
Lucky Day is not RTD.
no, it's Pete McTighe, something like that.
Yeah.
I love Russell T Davies. He's not the strongest writer in the world, but he's a good showrunner.
Yeah.
Things I do like in this one. I like the woman who the doctor had like been working with for 6 months, who was like, "Take me to the stars." And he's like, "It's a date." Although immediately, as soon as that happened, I was like, "She is gonna die."
Yeah.
And as soon as I said that and Cece laughed, she died. Like, they wasted no time on that.
Yeah.
It called that same thing.
Yes.
This is we were talking about it earlier about the hotel clerk. I'm curious to know how many. It feels like Ncuti had a lot of potential companions that don't happen.
Yes, because Ncuti is the nicest doctor in history, which with David Tennant existing is saying something.
Good point. I'd be curious to know, having watched through Smith and Eccleston and some of Tennant and some of Smith. I don't remember as many people getting set up as they do for Ncuti.
No, Ncuti that is kind of a uniquely Ncuti thing, because he connects with people better than kind of any other doctor does.
It's like Matt Smith's doctor tried, but it didn't.
No, but he was so clearly alien, while Ncuti is like
Yeah.
kind of the most human doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily the most human. I mean, it's why he cries all the time, and he gets criticized for it. But actually, I'm on team. I would probably cry a lot too with everything he goes through.
Yeah, like I really fucking love the Doctor in this episode. There's some really great little moments, like him with the sweeper bot. In all honesty, was a great little, like him being legitimately sad that he has to turn off the sweeper bot, and like apologizing to the sweeper bot because, and like explaining why he's doing, or sweeper bot, why he's shutting it off.
I thought the way to show off the two hearts was really like a quick, clever way to get through, where he holds up like the diagnosis blanket, and it's just like, let's just fucking go. Like, we don't have time for this. I like her. It's fun to have, and I think it's something that Martha didn't get to do enough. Maybe that's the other reason why I go to Martha so much, because it's the companion of color who's a nurse. Although Martha's a doctor, but she was a med student, I think, at the time.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
But like, Chandra goes straight into not Chandra.
Belinda.
Belinda Chandra.
Yep.
Okay,
Miss
so I was
Chandra.
right. Goes into nurse mode so fast every time, and like that's kind of, I think it's a good balance. Like, Ruby would do the same thing that Doc did, of like go in and check on people, like emotionally befriend, and I think it's part of why they work so well as a pair. But I actually like the balance of like he's looking after them emotionally and big picture wise, and she's like, "Oh look, you've cut your arm." Like,
I mean, she's not like a new nurse or anything. Like, she's been a nurse like for a while, so like, I feel
because
like,
she's got to be about 30 based off
she's
of
in her
the
30s, yeah. Because if she was getting proposed to at 17.
Although with those weirdo fucking dudes, they'll propose at like 14. Like,
that's
they
true.
will.
They
Like,
try and lock you in real early.
oh my god.
I do love the premise for this entire episode. The like, by the star name, and then it's honored like 5,000 years later.
Yeah.
That's really funny, actually.
And, like, why
I did
would
like
this
that.
constellation so many fucking light years away know you bought this? Let alone honor it, let alone come find you?
Some of
I
the
love it.
weird time jump things of like, go get so and so. And then they get him, but he comes back at the wrong time because their time travel shit's weird. Like it's a paradox thing that I cannot explain, but like I could follow as it happened. I also liked that Belinda is a companion of the style that we've not seen since the original series, which is the I don't want to fucking do this, take me home style companion.
I do like that.
I guess we're gonna do this now that you're fucking already into it and Scooby-Dooing it up, but I want to go home. You got to get me home.
But like everyone else is like, come travel with me. And they're like, yeah. And she's like,
actually, I was
absolutely
like
fucking
doing
not.
stuff. Like I
I
had
got
a life.
work. I want to go see my family.
Yeah.
This is cool and all, but like,
Yeah, I like you, but
Like you're cool, but like
I did not
got
consent.
shit. Yeah.
I don't think we've had one of those really since like the 5th Doctor.
Really?
She showed up in the end of the Tegan, I think.
Oh yeah.
She was like trying to go to the airport and accidentally gets taken away by the Doctor, and he keeps failing to take her back to an airport in Australia.
That would suck.
It adds a new dichotomy because she acts like it makes you the one rational person in the room, even though once the adventure starts, she goes with it because she still is like, she's still kind, she still cares about people, but she's not like, you know, Clara and literally anyone that was always like, dare me, let's go further and further, and she's like, please fucking stop.
Well, the others always were like, oh, yeah, you're the Doctor, we're traveling in time. We can always just go back to wherever I left off. And she's the first one to be like, I need actual days off in between.
I'm supposed to start a shift. No, you got to take me back. I got to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I just worked a full shift in a hospital. I don't have time to even explain that. I should be asleep. Get me home, asshole.
And also, like, and this will come up kind of more in Lucky Day, she seems to be one of the ones that realizes, like, if I'm going to have a life after this, it's going to be really fucked up thanks to this.
Yeah.
Like,
She
just
really
going-
is the only one to like real or like vocalize that. Be like,
So I like her a lot. And then, oh yeah, the big plot point, they can't take her home. I was curious how they were going to do that. Apparently the answer is Earth sure seems to be destroyed because we saw
Oh, the floating.
like
Eiffel Tower, Pyramid of Giza, Statue of Liberty, a taxi cab.
that bothered the shit out of me. You know those like weird things that break you out, even though it out of like
Why a taxi
Suspension of
cab and not
disbelief.
Big Ben?
no, why like all of those pieces are in the same? Is it like
Why a giant weeping angel?
Fuck you.
why like? Are we secretly just seeing the shattered remains of Las Vegas so we get all of those like great wonders of the earth in one spot?
Actually, there is a taxi cab, so that does.
Yep.
Yeah, the checks.
That's right.
You know, I'm just gonna retcon it. That's what it is.
They wanted
Vegas
to
got blown up. The rest of the Earth's fine.
No, it blew up the whole Earth, but this is just a chunk from Vegas.
I mean, it is good. Like when I was like, oh shit, that's the Eiffel Tower. And then I saw Statue of Liberty, and that's where I was like, okay, this is a little heavy-handed for me. I got what you were saying without it, but Lux?
Lux is next, yes.
Fucking really enjoyed this episode.
This one creeped me out.
This
I
is,
like
I
this
think,
one.
my favorite of the four, personally. The one I'm most interested to rewatch.
This one made me feel emotions that I wasn't expecting to feel.
Also that.
Also, yes, I will say a whiplash of emotions
Yeah.
in that, like, I was laughing so hard at the blink bit in this episode
Oh, the blink bit was so
Oh,
good.
that was good.
to then be
Blink,
crying
blink.
at the end of that bit.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of, we'll jump straight to that, but as a quick thing of this one, there is a living cartoon. He's part of the Pantheon, is the same as like the toy maker, the I can't remember what Jinx Monsoon played, but
the
Maestro.
Maestro.
the Maestro, thank you.
The big bad dog.
The
Not to be
Yes.
confused with the bad wolf.
Set?
Sutek.
Sutek.
the various god characters. There's several others that have been mentioned, but pulls them into a cartoon. They go through, and then they end up basically meeting Doctor Who fans. This is my favorite scene of these 4 episodes, I think. Just like as a singular scene.
Oh, I'll agree.
I think it might be, and it also might be why I'm most interested in rewatching this episode.
Who wrote this one?
This one was an RTD.
Okay, I thought so.
All right.
One, he's very good at specific scenes.
Yes.
But it is such a commentary on RTD's relationship with the fans. Because you can tell, like, everything they say about these fans is legitimate all at the same time.
Yes.
Loving them, finding them annoying, being,
Oh no, we're annoying.
being super frustrated that the most popular episode of all time of a show that he helped bring about and rebirth twice is one that he didn't write and that the Doctor doesn't show up in.
Oh, that is really funny.
It's so good.
Like, where the Doctor is clearly like, what about these other cool things I did? And they're like, no, it's Blink. It's always Blink.
Always Blink.
And it's true. Blink is, it's not my favorite
It's not my
episode,
favorite.
but it is maybe one of the most brilliant things Doctor Who has ever done.
If anybody told me it was their favorite episode, I couldn't argue it.
Mm-hmm. It is an episode that I have used and other people have used to get people into Doctor Who.
That
Absolutely.
It's a
That is
very
true.
good intro Doctor
That
Who
is
episode.
Great intro to Doctor Who.
Because you can kind of ease them into how fucking weird Doctor Who is before.
Yeah, if you're on board with that, you can get on board with the rest of how weird Doctor Who can
Yeah.
be.
So the last time we talked about episodes, we sang his praises, but going through this episode, there's a part of me that kind of wished that I can peek into the alternate universe where the castings got switched and Alan Cumming was the toy maker and
Neil Patrick
NPH
Harris was...
was
I mean, Neil Patrick Harris is an accomplished voice actor.
Mr. Ringading. That's what I was like, what the fuck is the
Oh
name
man,
of that
they
character?
both could do a great job there.
Yeah.
Either direction, they could do a wonderful job.
That's true. Mr. Reagan
I love how your brain works, Tyler. I wouldn't have even thought about that.
I was just like, oh, I mean, I love NPH, but fucking Alan Cumming. And then I was like, oh, but you could have done this as well. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have changed it because Neil Patrick Harris playing off David Tennant was so good.
It was brilliant. That was
But I want more Alan Cumming in Doctor Who after this, just not as Lux, because I really like how, like, Lux can be a one and done character here.
Yeah.
If they bring him back, I'm sure they can do it, but, like, they don't.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, we could see this in a different iteration. It doesn't have to be Mr. Ringading or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I think it just runs the risk of diminishing returns in, to go back to Blink, the Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
And then Thomas Wayne as the projectionist was pretty great. That was Batman Begins Thomas Wayne.
Shit, was it really?
Yeah, Linus Roach.
Oh, good for him. Oh, that was one of my favorite things about this episode. Like, the projectionist is, like, stuck just with the memories of his wife, and you know it's not real and sad, all that. But what I love is that his wife, that he describes as, like, the most beautiful woman in the world, is not traditionally hot in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Still smoking fucking hot, though.
I'm
I
not-
was like, I get it, dude.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but
she's
not, like,
unattractive for a
just-
second,
Yeah,
but
she's not the traditional standards.
any other show would have put in, like, a Karen Gillian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I also appreciated this, and me and my wife also appreciated this. As a fat person, I like seeing people of not typical body, like,
Yeah, and she's kind of heavy set, curly hair. She's not. I mean, she's pretty.
she's
but
a normal looking woman who's
Yes.
attractive.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
not.
she looks like a normal, attractive woman.
She's not like traditionally gorgeous. But he's still like enraptured by her, and I really liked that. Like, I thought that was it's those small touches that I think Russell T Davies has been really like actively putting into the show that I really enjoy. Similar to how, like, he'll, puts in a deaf actress and actually has a deaf actress play
Yes.
the role.
Yeah.
Or
Same with like a person in a wheelchair.
the scientific
yeah.
advisor whose name I can't
I
think
can
of.
never remember her name.
Neither can I.
And actually, like,
Oh, you mean Hot Girl with a Taser?
yeah.
I did like that.
Get to that. I do actually have questions about that in a minute, but we'll get to that. Lux is mostly like playing with. It's kind of playing with a show within a show. I think other things do it better, but like it's unfair to have to run up against Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead if you're gonna do show within a show. Like
Yeah.
that's.
It almost feels
Have
like
you seen that? Because if you've not,
I have.
owe yourself
Yeah.
to it. Like,
I still haven't, and I need to.
I can lend it to you.
It feels almost as if they're using the show within a show concept to try and like like they have a bit where they make themselves more three-dimensional and literally just like exposition dump like backstory.
Right. I get where you're going with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, but this reminded me more of the Sega video game Comic Zone,
I've
No
heard of
idea.
it, but I've never.
Wild pull.
where it was
It's Tyler.
more finding a way to actually use, and in the case of Comic Zone, sometimes weaponize the fourth wall breaking. Comic Zone was a side-scrolling beat-em-up that was set in a comic book, but the premise of the game was the guy got sucked into the comic book that he was making. But that means like as you side-scrolled, he would have to like jump around the panels.
Okay. Oh,
Or like there was times where like to do like a throwing weapon, he would like grab the paper and actually rip the paper and turn it into a paper airplane to throw at the enemies and shit.
you know what it is? It's the Young Avengers run that we read where like Loki has to break Wiccan out of being trapped and just starts like taking apart the panels.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so yes, you're right that it's trying for different things from Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, so I shouldn't really compare them, but
Oh, I get
moment
where
you
you
do-
went to with it.
the
but,
moment
like,
you do play within a play, that's where
Yeah.
I go. But it's kind of playing with the format. I thought the exposition dump of like, oh, we need to get more dimension, so we're going to like feel our emotions was a little on the nose. But this is
it made me kind of giggle because
like-
of how on the nose it was.
Right.
Oh, I'm not so two-dimensional anymore.
It doesn't help that I liked the Scooby-Doo animation that they had more than I liked the 3D animation that they used.
Same. I was also
So,
kind of
like-
mad that they got away from that 2D animation.
Dude, I
pretty
fucking
quickly.
hated 3D Lux. You were supposed
Oh,
to, but
Absolutely
Ooh.
not.
Nightmares.
Cursed.
Terrifying.
I was kind of wondering if they were just going to turn him into Alan Cumming.
yeah, that would have been a...
I was kind of glad they didn't, just for like the wild nightmare factor. But like, when he first started to change, I'm like, are we going to just see Alan Cumming?
That would have been a really good way to do it.
But he has a weird fucked up pig nose.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But nope, and I never in a million years would have guessed I'm going to turn into an infinitely growing part of the cosmos. Be how we are going to solve this.
Also, I love that that concept then means that there's a whole seaboard of people that just saw a fucking cartoon character both just like grow into nothingness.
Oh, more than a seaboard. That thing got big.
I mean, it got big, but like at least like a whole like
Yeah.
assuming that like nighttime wise and like where they're in Miami, it's early morning. So I imagine
They are relying heavily on the Doctor Who thing of humans will deny anything.
oh yes, but I still love that like a bunch like that fucking soda jerk guy definitely saw that.
Yeah.
We just watched that happen.
Okay, so one, a thing I appreciate is that they actually dealt with they kind of just touch on it more than anything, segregation in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
Oh, yeah.
actually confronted this as a thing as opposed to the classic Doctor Who woman of color, person of color, or just woman is like, hey, this might be a bad time in history for me. And the Doctor's like, you'll be fine. Just don't worry about it. which is kind of how they solved it a lot
Yeah,
in
a
the
lot.
past.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't always trying to, like, that's kind of how it came across sometimes. And they were like, oh no, let's actually, like, confront this. But then they never, like, quite
There was no
do
follow
anything
through.
with it. Yeah, the closest there is when Lux is, like, trying to trick them into continuing to be trapped in the thing by having the woman show up and be like, it was them and the police officer.
It's like, that's an NYPD costume. We're in Miami-Dade County.
But, like, even then, and I mean this is probably on purpose, I was pretty immediately like, I think we're still in the picture. Like, even for how cheesy that they write this and, like, the weird fucking Archie accent that they gave the soda jerk guy, this was too cheesy of, like, how it was so on the...
Archie accent is way too accurate.
I think that's kind of why I really love this episode the most of what we've seen so far for me is how cheesy it is. It really kind of that works for me in Doctor Who. That is a thing that will generally make an episode land a lot easier for me.
This season's leaning into it really hard for the most part, though. Or at least these first 2 episodes are.
I'd say the rest of the episodes we do have a layer of... the 4th one doesn't, not as much, but...
Lucky Day is the closest to a really straightforward, serious...
What? The well.
Yeah.
That was kind of scary.
I do think that one does have some campiness to it, though.
Okay. A quick question, just because I mentioned the one lady whose, like, kid had gone missing. Is it just me, or were they, like, setting it up that you thought it was going to be the one little kid that was there the whole time, and then she ends up, like, hugging an older kid, being like, I always had faith you would come back?
No, I think we see him in the film strip trapped there.
I was about to say, we
Okay.
see him in the film strip, so we technically know it's not him, but you are correct in that, like, every time they talk about it, they, like, frame the little kid.
I was on the other end of the spectrum. I was like, man, it's weird that they're setting up some sort of Tommy Lee Jones bit. Like they keep mentioning Tommy Lee. It's going to be some sort of, like, okay, he's going to be like we're going to find out, like, he's an actor or a movie maker or Tommy Lee
it's
Jones.
Tommy Lee, drummer of Motley Crue.
I mean, it might be.
Maybe.
Timeline-wise, it's kind of possible. I just, like, read it as, like, oh, it's supposed to be that little kid, and then it wasn't, and I couldn't figure out if there was a reason they did that, or if he just, like, thought it would be funny to swerve, or, like, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it. I just remember being like, I don't get, like, the way that you framed all the shots on the little kid, and then you're like, Tommy Lee, like, shift the camera.
Yeah, I definitely thought there was more to Tommy Lee than there actually was in the episode. So I would agree that it feels like there was something being set up that didn't really pay off.
I think it's because they say the name Tommy Lee like 100 times.
Right? They say it a lot.
They do say it a lot.
The closest I can think of, again, trying to find arguments, is RTD has long had the, like... I mean, other ones do it, but he was one of the most devoted to it, of the Doctor believing everyone is important. You know, the Christopher Eccleston quote, like, in 900 years, I've never met someone not important.
Yeah.
And then shifting to just someone who's just been in the background up to then is like, see, everyone's important. But this is me fucking, like, dangling on a limb to try to explain why. And it doesn't matter. It's such a small part of the episode, but it was...
I think it's just drummer Tommy Lee. And they didn't really illustrate it enough.
Just never came back right from the... Mr. Ringling is obnoxiously stuck in my head a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Ringling.
I was, like, humming it at work all day. It's really annoying.
Don't
It's catchy,
make me laugh.
Oh,
creepy.
God.
It's a very accurate,
It's fucking creepy.
like, of what that cartoon of that era...
I'm going to say,
Yes, it is.
it was a little bit weird that the Doctor and Belinda ended up being, like, Scooby-Doo style when Ring-a-Ding is, like, Fleischer style.
Yeah.
I think that's because she says he's Scooby-Doo before they start investigating the
Oh,
thing.
honey, please, he's Velma. That's where it comes from, but he's also right. Like, that, it... From the writing perspective, I saw how he got from point A to point B. from an in-universe perspective, it doesn't.
From a development standpoint, I think it would be easier to do a Scooby-Doo style Hanna-Barbera than a Fleischer style.
You did a Fleischer style,
so
yeah.
if you meet them all three in the middle, I think that's what happened.
Also, there's some weird timeline questions here of like, we don't really get a sense that, I'm going to continue to call him Lux, I guess, but like, can travel through time. Like, there's no part of that where that's mentioned. He's stuck in the cinema, but he's aware of the Doctor killing Sutek. Although Sutek killed everyone through every moment of time. Like, I don't...
But also, I think he did that before he inhabited
He's a god. I think I just need to remember he's a god.
Sutek also had his face sandblasted against the edges of the fucking time wall in the time vortex or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
So I think all the gods know that he's dead.
Sometimes it's better not to try to explain
Yeah,
everything.
I realize.
Instead of that, let's just talk about how fresh that fucking look was for both of them. They looked
I was
really
gonna
fucking
say
good.
that they look amazing.
I really loved Shooty's hair. It really looked really fucking good on him.
Oh, with the waves?
Yeah.
I like the waves. And Belinda's dress, that was the yellow.
Also, the
I
whole
loved it.
transformation scene and the reminder that RTD really loves
Fashion.
fashion and Britney Spears.
Oh, right. My thought was, they do have that Disney budget because they were able to use a Britney Spears song.
They did in one other episode, but it was like the second episode ever, and I'm sure it was half the fucking budget of that episode.
Oh, yeah.
I still wish that Shooty's looks had a slightly more unifying theme. I like that he changes costumes all the time. I wish that he stuck a little more with, like, colors.
Or had something that could be really common. Like, I can't see a through line in some way. Which I wish there was something. Like, if he had always, like, he always wears, like, a little fucking pin. He always wears, like, he's always got a hat. It's never the same hat, but he's got a hat. Something.
I would go with, like, the brown and orange that he was wearing a lot more in the first. I mean, he didn't wear it every episode, but he wore it.
Maybe he's always dong out.
Cece would be down for that.
I mean,
I'm pitching for the audience here. Myself included.
Yeah, I mean, like...
That's actually the through line. He's always commando. You just can't see it. So
I mean, he has wear
You know,
kilts.
I'm just going to incorporate that. That's just that's going to be my headcanon now, and
I
it's
kind of wish
canon.
he always wore a kilt.
If this is going to be our critique, I think we're doing pretty, like, that's a pretty low critique on Shooty. But it is something, and it's
And
just...
that's not really even on him. We don't know, I think...
on Shooty's era.
Right.
But, like, it's such a... The look of the Doctor is such a classic, iconic part, and I realize that it comes entirely from budget concerns. It's cheaper to just have, like, 6 of the same costume, and this is the fight one, and this is the not fight one, and the whatever. But it is something that is missing from this Doctor Who that others had. That I don't know. But also, he looks so good in every one of his looks.
Everything. And I feel like RTD was probably like, oh, we have the money for this now. Let's just dress him in
He
everything.
openly was like, yep, this is why. So
I just really like that episode through and through.
it
was
is a
good.
fun...
It's a fun episode.
It freaked me out. It's a good, it's a
Alan
good
Cumming.
Doctor Who episode.
I don't think it's going to be a top list for any episode ever for me. But it is a solid, well-made episode that brings in an actor who is really punching below his weight class by coming into Doctor Who because he's aware that it makes him immortal. Like, it's...
But yeah, dude, it's got Alan Cumming. This one I think will be up there for me in that, like, just on that scene alone and how well it had me have a roller coaster of emotions.
I wish they hadn't done the bit at the end where you find out they lived.
I also I could have done without that, but I
Okay.
did appreciate it as someone who likes a
See,
super mega happy ending.
I'm going to add to that because you may not have noticed that during the mid-credits. During the credits, they give the characters surnames.
Oh, that's sweet. See, that's the thing. It's really sweet.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. I loved that. I did not catch that shit.
I love that shit.
But, like, there was
really
something so,
sweet.
like, tragically beautiful and heroic about it that I don't know why I wish they hadn't, because usually I'm like, yes, give me the happy ending. I refuse to believe that Spike died at the end of Cowboy Bebop for years, even though he gets shot several times and falls down the stairs. Like, and I was like, we don't know he's dead.
We don't.
Yeah, he just fell down the stairs. He got up at the bottom of the stairs. We didn't see him get up, but he got up and he went. And
Those
got
stairs
help.
actually knocked the bullets out.
And the very
sewed
last
him up.
one was covered in bandages.
Yeah.
He's fine.
So, like, I don't know what, but there was just, that scene was so perfect. I actually have the same one about the well, of, like, the final, like, scene at the end. I don't like either. But, like, there's just something that doesn't... Let's just go one step further. And I'm like, man, you're, like, fucking half a step further than I wanted you to go.
Yeah.
Like...
I do agree. If they had left that, I feel like that scene would have hit harder overall.
Every time.
Every time. I do like that they got surnames and that they're alive.
It's sweet. I like fucking minute critique. Okay, so the well.
We get it. You're heartless.
Yeah, that's me, all right. I had been spoiled on this episode. Like, I knew that it was connecting to midnight. So I think I was putting too much weight on it. But I'm really curious of, because you talk about this episode like I talk about Fear Her with the Scribble Monster.
It's not that bad.
I fucking hate the Scribble
Okay,
Monster.
it's not nearly that bad, but I don't know. At a certain point in this one, first I don't know, the monster or whatever it is just ended up feeling very silly to me once we've understood how it worked, or at least worked this time. I think the way it worked in Midnight was a lot better. I don't know why it had to connect to Midnight. And I'm not the type of person that thinks that, like, when you follow up on something that it cheapens the first one, but I feel like it cheapens this one, especially when that one is decidedly better.
It was, okay.
It reminds me a lot of overusing the Angels.
Yeah, the Angels is a better reference. I was going to go, there is a critique in WWE right now that they have this need to end every pay-per-view with a huge moment. And, like, the moment is usually like, oh, holy fuck, but it doesn't necessarily always serve the story. That moment when you realize that this was Midnight, fucking both Cece and I are like, wah! Like, it was, really into it.
I remember, so during this episode, I got up to, grate some cheese on some fucking tortilla chips and throw that shit in the microwave, right?
Fuck
In
yeah.
the microwave? What's wrong with you? You have an oven.
It's also done in 15 seconds that way.
Yeah, man, don't shame.
But I got up and something just like, I don't remember what was said, but they said something on the screen, and I turn around as I step into my kitchen. I'm like, oh, so it's Midnight 2.0. And 30 seconds later is the doctor being like, what was the name of this planet beforehand? And when it was midnight, I was
might
like,
mean it's working for you then.
no, because then I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Because I think up to that point in the episode, because you don't know how anything works yet at that point in the episode,
Yeah.
it was still very good. As soon as it was like directly behind her and whispering and like you couldn't see shit, but sometimes you would see like something out of the corner of your eye, and it just got really cheesy in a bad way for me, especially when like it suddenly starts to become a thing if she turns around because it's always directly behind her. But then when you go back to that scene, her back technically sweeps over the entire room and only like every other person gets hit.
huh.
Yeah, it does feel like at a certain point they're putting a limit on how close you have to be to her back to be right behind her. And I noticed that, and that was a little weird. I will say I am glad that one guy got, because fuck that guy.
I'm glad that guy got too.
Yeah.
And I think up to the point where they tried to give such a weird, hard-coded explanation for it. Not hard-coded, but like this rigid rule set. I thought it was actually really good, and then I just felt the rule set was silly, and I had a hard time just like getting in the rest of the episode.
What was scary about Midnight is you didn't know what this thing was. And, like, it made it so dangerous, and the doctor couldn't beat it. And I guess the doctor couldn't beat it this time, too, but, like,
got a whole hell of a lot closer.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the Doctor never felt helpless in this one.
Yeah.
But also, like, okay, so Heidi, you said you really liked this one. Like,
I do
tell,
like this
tell
one.
us, we don't just want to, like, shit on the thing
it's
that
fine.
you...
And because this is, did I watch it? I think I actually did watch this one twice. And the first time, I didn't even like, I don't know, I was really stoned and I didn't like clock the midnight thing at all. So I just like didn't realize that until the second time I watched it. And then I was like, oh. But I don't know, I think it didn't get cheesy for me because like anything scares me. So it was like still like scary to me. And I like that about it because I like kind of the spooky Doctor Who episodes. And like, yeah, it had its like, I could see why a lot of people didn't like it. But I found it like an enjoyable kind of spooky Doctor Who episode. Because I felt like it like checked the boxes of like, you know, mysterious monster, other planet, like, you know, your typical like, it's a good like episode of science fiction in general, I think.
Who is the actress who, the deaf woman?
Rose Ayling-Ellis.
I really liked her in this.
I loved her.
will say that. Like, I thought she did a good job.
I thought everybody did a good job.
Yeah.
You just didn't love the script.
I just didn't love the way it all plays out in the end.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think it could easily have just been not on midnight, and it could have just been a different Doctor Who story. And I think that would have made the rule set work a little bit better for me. I don't think I really got too lost in it. I also did cram through 4 episodes in one day, so I wasn't
That's
really
a lot.
I wasn't really getting too analytical on that third episode.
Yeah.
I like it overall. I agree that, like, the moment that the rule set changes, and I guess you can make, again, since this is my job today, apparently, the argument that, like, the beast, the whatever, has evolved.
And
Over
they
the course of-
actually mentioned that, like, it learned last time and now it's doing something different.
But
Yeah.
What it turned into, I was like...
What it turned into is so much less dangerous overall. Is another one where I don't like the ending bit, because, like, I thought that the woman shoots her to get the creature... The woman shoots Belinda
Yes.
in a way that temporarily but doesn't permanently kill her, I guess, because she's just that good of a shot.
Yeah.
So
Like, they do some expositional, like, bullshit of, like, if I shoot her right in this spot, will this kill her or will she be good, right? This is the same thing? Okay, cool. I'm gonna do a real fucking ace job.
Sure.
Bam!
Basically, I'm going to, like, put this right above the heart, but in a place where it's also not going to hit anything else.
But then also, like, she does temporarily die and they get the paddles to her, and so that's why the creature... So, like, that only kind of worked. And then she runs...
Which, by the way, is hilarious because that's something that happens in Helsing anyway.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, police girl.
So, like, okay. And then she runs off, and you're like, aha, I get what's happening here. Like, okay, she's going to throw herself... And I thought that was, like, a really beautiful moment. I really actually enjoyed that. She falls back in the mine. The Doctor cries again, because the Doctor cries a lot. Again, understandably. But, like, I thought it was a good sacrifice of a character that had, like, started to bond with him, which they love to do to Ncuti.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the one poor woman who survives this. And then, like, at the end, it's... basically revealed, it's implied, but it's basically revealed that the creature got off the planet following her anyways. One, I don't get how the creature jumped to her.
It's implied that when you kill someone, it jumps
To you.
to you.
But she didn't
We don't know
kill
if that
anybody.
true... Well, exactly. We don't know if that rule is steadfast and true. That's what all she perceived and saw. I forget the character's name, but the deaf woman. And that's what she said. We don't know if that's 100% true. We do know that if you die, it jumps to someone else.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't.
It could theoretically have just jumped to Mo instead. I want to say that's her name.
I just thought that it cheapened the moment before
I don't
in
disagree.
a way that I did not like.
I agree with that.
And, like, I think you could have still kind of done that scene, but been way more subtle about it. Like, the way the other person reacted was so over the top that, like, clearly there's something there. But if she had just, like, looked at her weird for a moment and the woman had been, like, really jumpy, and you kind of get this, like, oh, you've got hardcore PTSD for the rest of your life. Like, I think that scene would have landed better. I just think that they should have played it a little more subtly. Like,
Yeah.
it made me think of, I don't know the name of it, this fucking awful horror movie that I somehow saw. I don't know, maybe it's not awful, maybe I just hate horror movies, which is true.
Both could also be true.
Agreed. Yeah.
Of these, who is it? No, it's Sean something that played Iceman in the X-Men movies.
Aston? No.
No, 'cause that's
Ashmore?
Ashmore, yeah.
Because Aston is Samwise Gamgee.
Yes.
Ashmore is in this movie, and it's like these fucking terrible college kids go on like a pyramid in South America and touch a plant that like starts infesting them.
Turistas?
I don't know.
No, that's the one that was actually fucked up, wasn't it? The
And-
ruins.
The woman finally
Yes.
escapes.
The
And, like the
ruins.
very final scene is revealing that she didn't actually escape and she just got the plant out or whatever. It made me think of that. And I hate that movie. So like I really did not like that it made me think of
You know, I think you might not like a lot of horror movies.
really.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Shocking.
kind of a thing where it's at the last moment you realize the thing you thought you beat, not quite.
I know. I think that there were more subtle ways to do it, and I wish they had just kind of done that. That said, I like where like the doctor just lays down on the floor next to Belinda for a while on the TARDIS. I don't know why. I found that incredibly sweet.
Also, like, this might be my least favorite episode in a while, but like when you have the super close up of Ncudi's face as he's like listening to the creature and realizing what's going on, that's some of his greatest acting in the entire series so far. That like minute and a half that they just hold on his face and he goes through like 3 different emotions. Like, fantastic.
What happens to the deaf woman?
Fuck, I don't know.
Does
She ran away.
She runs away and
At
they
this-
just leave her there?
At this point,
Well,
I'm
actually-
assuming that it's a final destination sort
Oh,
of thing,
shit.
and she's going to get fucked up sometime in the future.
No, she's probably going to be the last one standing because of her being dead. They set up that she can't hear the monster or whatever bullshit. So, like, she's going to be the last one standing, but she's probably on that fucking transport.
She didn't escape with them though.
No, they all got out of the air hatch before, and, like, they were supposed to go right after. So I imagine they're getting picked up by the same fucking people.
Sure, but she wasn't in the air hatch with them.
No, like, there was only so many people who could go out of the air hatch at one time.
Okay.
So that's why 4 people went out first, and then that left the other people to go out
Okay,
second.
I
Yeah.
missed that. That's the part I missed, and I just suddenly she disappeared and was never mentioned again. And I was like,
But I imagine they
Is
all
she
got
just
on the
done?
same
Like, they're
the
like-
same transport because they had to
Okay.
get back on that same one that was coming down slow, like 5 hours or some
okay,
bullshit.
yes,
Yeah.
now I am following. I straight up was like, she ran off, and the doctor was like, oh well. I'm like, you
But now I'm
fucking just, like-
assuming she's on the fucking same transport, going wherever she's going with the fucking creature.
I guess just also like the whole their escape plan where he like has her shoot the like tubes of like mercury falling down. I'm like, one, incredibly dangerous. Like
Yeah, y'all need suits for that.
that you're all dead. But like and then like the beast sees his own reflection or something like that, and I didn't quite get it, but I got the sense that was supposed to like kill the thing. And instead it just possessed Belle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I read it as that was enough to detach it, and then it caught up to them and got into Belle.
Okay, I can accept that.
That's what I read it as, and that's my brain just like going with the flow.
I think you're right. I think if they hadn't attached it to Midnight, or if they had more heavily attached it to Midnight, do one or the other, and you could have landed this better.
Yeah.
And I hadn't thought about that really until you said that. So Fuck you, Tyler, but also thank you.
So I will say I ran into a little bit of trivia, and it is possibly better this way than the alternative. It wasn't supposed to be attached to Midnight.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a story where the antagonists were essentially the... I want to make sure I get this right.
Also, sorry, I said fuck you, Tyler.
No, you're okay. The primary antagonists were going to be the Orishas from Nigerian spirituality and belief. And they got to a point where they were like, we're not sure if we can do this properly, so let's scrap that idea and work with what we got onto something else.
I do know in a later episode,
Smart.
I don't
Smart.
know anything about the episode, but they did get like a Nigerian writer to come in and do some stuff.
Well,
but, like,
I know at the end of Lucky Day when it's like next episode,
Yeah.
I'm like, did they just show a Nancy? Because I'm pretty sure I just saw a Nancy.
That's the episode. I don't know anything about the episode. I just know that it was like someone who was qualified to talk about race stuff, not Russell T. Davies.
Yeah.
Not saying he doesn't know stuff. I'm just saying it's not his specialty.
Sure, and if you want to talk about homophobia, Russell T. Davies, he can talk about that all, like, having to deal with that all he needs to. But, he's whiter than I am, and I'm Norwegian.
Yeah, so maybe at the end of the day, probably a lot better we got this version rather than a potentially culturally insensitive version.
Okay. Lucky Day.
I think this is a fantastic
Love
Dr. Light
this.
episode.
Yeah. Dr. Light episodes are such a risk because on one hand you have Blink, and on the other hand you have the fucking Absorbaloff episode.
Oh God.
My favorite
With
worst
Moaning
episode.
Myrtle.
It's
And
so
that
bad.
man face fucking a piece of concrete. We even have a bit of a sex life. There's only one thing that can mean.
Yeah.
He can come from kissing.
Two things that could mean. Thank you.
I'll always find a way.
Super calloused pecker.
Oh. My biggest concern is where does it go?
Yeah,
Anyways.
we don't have to think about that.
No, we gotta find the writer
Love
of that
and
episode.
Monsters, that's the name of that.
Yes,
Oh,
Love and
God.
Monsters.
And I hated both of them. I'm a little forgiving of the Absorbaloff because it was a kid who won a competition and it was made by a 7-year-old. Like,
And
Oh, really?
did he come up with the line where they have a sex life?
I sure fucking hope not. But anyways, we get Ruby. I realize how much I missed Ruby.
Yes. Love Ruby.
She's such a good companion. I
also miss her mom and I miss Gran.
Yes.
love Gran.
I miss
Oh
Gran,
my
Gran.
God, she's
Gran
funny
is
in
so
this one.
God, I
fucking
love
great.
Gran. Just her demanding tea all the time.
And just being like, no, I'll be good. And then immediately like scrolling to find the shirtless pic. Like, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to talk about this one. I like that Ruby, even though she's moving on with her life and left the doctor under good circumstances, that they're dealing with the fact that Ruby put up with some fucked up shit
Yeah.
and can't just step away from that.
Has no one to even talk to about that exactly. Because no one can relate to that.
Yeah, other than like her mother's, but even those, like, they can't really.
They can't relate. They
Yeah.
can
Yeah, they
listen,
can.
but they can't relate.
Are there therapists at UNIT?
You know, they had that whole. Sorry, spoiler, Stephen. At one point, there in the Jodie era, we see that there's basically a support group of former companions that meet together.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's excellent.
It's so sweet. They get the first companion ever
oh,
to show up for that.
wow, that's
Wow.
excellent.
Or one of the. There was 3 companions originally, so one of the first.
Yeah.
So he's like fucking 99 in it too. Like that dude is fucking decrepit. I mean, he was playing a teacher in 1967. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyways, like I kind of feel like she does have people who could help her though, who could relate, because they could just be like, "This is Donna. and a doctor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, could just come chat out with this
you've
doctor.
met her daughter. Just go meet her mom.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Or even Mel,
Yeah.
the other companion
Mel's
that she
around.
knows. Like,
And I think that it does set up that she knows Mel and like she knows these people at Unit and has like ingratiated herself into Unit and is working for them. But I think the issue that like it's challenging to talk to people at work if you don't know them and unless they're sporting a Star Trek pin that immediately makes you their friend. So like I read that I was like, okay, she's like these people like she knows them, but she doesn't feel comfortable opening up to them.
and I guess she also doesn't necessarily realize until kind of partway through how messed up she is by all of this. Because again, she leaves under good circumstances with her life better than it was before.
Yeah.
She has the family now, the second family now. She saved the universe. She has all of these things. I do keep being like, just call the doctor. He's given every other companion a fucking magic cell phone from like 2003 that can...
That's a really good point.
She's like, we don't have the
Yeah.
doctor here. And I'm like, just call him, bitch. But like,
And I know
get-
he did it for your phone.
There's
I know.
no way
I know
Shooty
you have the
doesn't do
magic
it.
phone.
Like, okay. What's the boyfriend's
Oh, God.
name?
Conrad Clark.
Conrad. How quickly did you not trust Conrad?
Oh, immediately.
Not until the turn. In all honesty, I was caught off guard.
Yeah, basically the same. I guess
Okay.
I guess like something felt off, but I didn't necessarily think it was him.
I didn't.
Actually, no. Before I found out it was a complete fuckwad, me and Kat my wife were very much like, you didn't take the fucking antidote? You are an asshole. You are a giant asshole, and it's not that you wanted to be brave like the doctor. It's that you wanted to meet the aliens, is my read of it.
I had close to that same read.
Okay.
And then he shows up, and it's like, you're literally going to murder someone because you're an asshole
She
who wants to
straight
meet
up
him.
tells him, like, you've gotten people killed. Like, and, you know, okay, we'll get in a sec. I didn't trust him immediately. Cece was like, oh, he's going to die. Like, she's going to find a moment of happiness and then he's going to die. Like, so I mean, I think it's interesting that, like, with other incel, the women immediately were like, I don't trust him. And all of the guys were like,
I didn't trust him at all from the second he was.
and
like,
all of the guys were kind of like, yeah, he's kind of a dipshit, but like, whatever.
Were you thinking it was going to be like Donna and the guy from the library of like they could have been like an amazing thing that just never happened?
I
or
didn't trust him. Cece's just like, he's going to get killed by the alien because he was an idiot. Like,
I like that
because
too.
of something.
He should have gotten killed by the alien.
But like, not, she didn't think he was evil. I thought immediately like, oh, this dude's sinister. Partly because podcasters are always evil in TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I am also going to get this. I felt very called out by this man. One, he's a podcaster. Two, that moment that he's like, am I your boyfriend? I basically had that moment with Cece. With my wife. I'm at her house. She's setting dinner on fire because she's wine drunk and didn't mean to be. And literally, it was a fun night. And I was like, am I your boyfriend? I didn't realize how wine drunk she was when I asked this question. I would have waited to the next day. And she goes, sure. And gives me a kiss. And and I was like, this is a sweet moment. And they do that there. And I'm like, oh shit, that's us. And then he turns out to be evil. And I'm like, son of a fucking... And
I'm
like,
surprised you're not more called out about the curating your own right-wing echo chamber
"Yo,
like you
fuck
have.
Tyler." But I was like, I feel called out by this. And Cece goes, is it because of the podcast? And I'm like, yeah, and because I'm going to go talk about it on a podcast tomorrow. But yeah, like the fucking right-wing oh God. He's not a good podcaster either. Like his whole cadence and delivery is just
Well,
bad.
he's not like a podcaster like us. He's more on like the influencer, live stream, reactor, content farmer
making money, as opposed to, how'd you put it? We're in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. This is like one of the few instances I can think of someone meeting the doctor and it kind of turning them into a horrible person.
I don't.
Yeah.
I actually really like that about this episode. I think it's a really clever way to play with it.
Or they're not necessarily turning them into a horrible person, but like someone meeting the doctor and they're just a horrible fucking person.
That's the one. Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't think the doctor made him shitty.
Or at least meeting the doctor didn't like somehow make them not shitty.
Yes, I will give you that.
That's what it is. That normally if you come in the doctor's radius, your life will generally, you'll either die or your life will get better mildly.
And then you'll have a bunch of PTSD.
Yeah.
Depending on how close you get to the doctor.
Right.
You do end up with an extremely solid girlfriend, though. I'm talking rock hard.
She's rock. Okay, not going there. Okay, so
Oh my God.
John Cena. That was a different episode that we recorded today. Anyways,
He's rock hard.
there is a moment. Oh God, there is a moment before it's confirmed he's evil when we see baby Conrad run to the mom and the mom's a shit to him, and you're like, oh man.
Just straight up slaps a kid in public.
And it's like,
I
you're
get it's
ruining
New
my
Year's
good
and
night
she's
or
drunk,
whatever.
but
And you're like, all right, she sucks. And then he talks about his mom later, and it's before he's revealed as evil. And he talks about his mom dying of cancer and being like super sad about it. And that was another moment where I was like, these two things are incongruous. But even then, it didn't have to be incongruous. You know, it could be like, yeah, my mom sucked, but I didn't want to admit that she sucked because
Yeah.
people react to their parents however they're, especially after they die.
yeah.
You know, my grandfather was a bad man, but my mom, like, ever since he died, is just like, oh, he was a beautiful soul. Like, you hated him. But, like, my family stuff aside, again, it was kind of fun of, like, kind of momentarily setting up a couple of times. It like starts to set up possibly what makes Conrad a piece of shit, to like give him an excuse to be this awful human being. And then it just turns out that he just sucks.
And he just sucks so fucking hardcore that he's just at his core a turd.
He's Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, he's trash. He's total trash.
He's Ben Shapiro.
Yes.
He's
Yeah, no, like this episode took all the tropes of like the worst incel and put it into this one person.
they do it better than Al, I think
Yeah.
is the
Oh, absolutely. They do it way better.
Much better.
Yeah.
His plot still doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
Because they're like, I've busted you with this thing, and then like even the woman interviewing him is like, they tried to arrest you for a harmless prank. I'm like, one, you called down the fucking military. That's not a harmless prank. There was a lot of guns out there. And then like, two, if they responded this strong to your prank, that doesn't prove that they're fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even have a good like case. Like
I really, really, really like this episode, but I did watch it twice. My second time through, I was like, I kind of feel like for trying to like establish and maintain their own narrative, they're having their phones and are running their live feed too long. They need to cut off some of these sentences because you're making their points for them as well.
Several times.
Like they offered you evidence and then you clearly said, we want the evidence.
That's such a right-wing thing,
like,
though.
to me-
like,
Yeah,
it
that was
is.
very much like a brand.
to me, it really reminded me of, and I don't remember what episode it was, but this episode of X-Files, where it's basically making fun of itself in the tropes of like the.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what it's called, but I love that
the one
episode.
who got like abducted. Yes.
Yes.
And it's an excellent episode. But yeah, that's what this episode reminded me of. I was like, oh, it's the thing where they, yeah. But
I did like, even though I don't love using CGI monsters too much, that they had to. What's the creature called? The Shriek or something like
Shriek,
that? The
yeah.
Shriek.
Shriek.
they specifically made, I watched a behind the scenes clip of having to design a monster that they could do 2 different versions of that would still look decent.
A shitty rubber version and then the good CG version.
And it's both like, and both of them are classic Doctor Who. Like, they're basically like, here's how we would have made this monster like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool.
I bet that was fun just for the designer.
creative aspect.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I bet it was.
Kate's banging that one colonel or whatever, right?
I
like,
mean,
If she's not, she should be.
I mean, I feel like, I mean, clearly.
just the way that she's like, are you working alone? And she's like, yes, ... hand her the coffee, exchange significant glances,
Yes.
a smile.
And then at the end of
I
the
like
episode,
working alone at night.
they say that they can't go that far again. They definitely.
No, that is a different thing. He's not talking about we can't fuck.
Oh well,
He's saying this.
I read it as that. I read it as they
So I
fucked
might have too, a
during
little
all
bit.
of that
No,
and decided they shouldn't
He's
again
saying,
in the
Kate,
office.
you went too far by basically getting this young man's arm bitten off.
Oh, she didn't go far enough. She should let that guy get.
I
eaten.
definitely,
Yeah.
and I
She
think
didn't go far enough.
5 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, Kate, you took that too far.
No.
But now I'm like, did you have to save him?
He fucked
Yeah.
around. You could have found out.
But like, I get it. I don't.
And then he immediately fucking didn't believe them still.
That's a cover thing. Like, it's not even
Like, that's
not
him
believe
trying to
them,
save
but-
face.
Yeah. The fact that they all immediately were like, guess unit's true after all, is like, have you, Russell T Davies? You keep like, I don't know. This episode did a lot of like starting with an idea. As much as I love this episode, but then like just pulling back in a moment, like.
Well, this one wasn't Davies. It was.
No, it's
Yeah.
Pete McTighe.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Davies is still a showrunner.
Yeah.
I guess,
but-
yes, sorry, as showrunner. Like,
Yeah.
you know, taking this moment, but like, and it's because they just had to wrap this story up in 50 minutes. So
Right.
I understand. But like, the amount of time of like, now no one trusts Unit because of this one right wing prank. It's Project Veritas, is what it is. The guys
Yeah.
that got Acorn shut down.
Yeah.
But then we immediately reveal them as frauds, and people are like, well, guess they were frauds. Like, we know that that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So I guess I just, yeah. But also, I was ready for that. Yes. Fuck them. I don't know. I am so, like, he's a terrible right-wing edgelord shithead, so
Yes.
fuck him. But I feel really deeply uncomfortable being on Unit's side simultaneously as they are a basically unlimited paramilitary group. Like,
Yeah.
unlimited resource paramilitary group that has, like, no boundaries. Like, yeah.
They do make a strong argument of like they got too much technology, should not be in someone's hands.
And, like, you know, maybe the head of a paramilitary group deciding that a person who's opposing her can just get eaten is a bad thing. Like, they're not.
Oh, she should
The
definitely be
colonel's
fired.
not
She should be
necessarily
demoted or
wrong.
something.
It's just also partly like when we first meet Kate, she's a.
It's that they're not in the right, but fuck that guy.
Yeah, is
Right.
really what it is. It's when we first meet Kate in her first episode, she's like, I've turned it into a science focused, truly like basic organization that's really focusing on like fixing the problem, not just guns. And then it took her like 2 episodes to turn into modern version of her father. And I love Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, so I
Yeah.
don't like really hate it, but every once in a while I'm like, that's right, SHIELD is bad actually. Like, the CIA is not our friends.
But like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of shows this like character progression of Kate being like shows how fast that can harden someone.
Yeah. I don't necessarily disagree with Kate at any given point. It's just something that I have to remind myself anytime I watch TV and they're like, secret military organization good? I'm like,
Yeah.
Blackwater bad.
Like, no, but in this case, here's the alternative.
Yes, Nick Fury's a war criminal, but Samuel L. Jackson's really charming.
Yeah,
True.
agreed.
Yeah.
I was expecting more fury from Ncuti in his scene there.
I do like that he basically tells him, "Oh, you're just gonna die
Yeah.
in obscurity, alone,
I think he was just so
unknown,
mad.
and forgotten."
I think at that moment the
Oh, also-
doctor was just so angry. He was past the point of like,
It just read as I'm not
Yeah.
mad, I'm disappointed to me, and I just like we've seen him mad. I kind of just
Yeah.
expected.
Sorry, that reminds me. We need to talk about Mrs. Flood.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I realized
yes.
like
Oh.
4 parts ago that we should have talked about her. So
And
was gonna
I
save it
did
to
too,
the
and I
end,
couldn't
but
figure out how to bring it up until just now.
yeah.
Well, really quick before we move completely
Let's-
past that scene, it is also interesting that that scene explains why he knew who Melindra Chandra was to go after in the first episode, because that takes place before he meets her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, I'm glad that they took the
Oh.
moment to explain that, because I was definitely like, wait, you can't go back to, oh, you've not met Belindra yet. Like, he did seem weirdly confused by it, though, for someone who is so used to his timeline not always going.
Yeah, like just
In order.
spoilers should just be enough for him to.
He's
be
just
not
like, oh,
fazed
cool,
by
I'm going to
stuff.
meet someone named Belindra someday. That's cool. Like,
I think he was more surprised that
that Conrad knew something he didn't.
Didn't.
Yes.
and he's like, wait, you do believe part of this because
Conrad is so confusing to me. Like,
So I think that another thing in hindsight is like we never learn Conrad's true intentions
yeah, and
It's
because
also,
we
like,
learn he seems to buy into all of this stuff, but he's also kind of just a faker who's trying to get back at them because he was turned down. But it's because he does seem to have a legitimate interest in finding the doctor because of
I think
what
the
happened
real
to him as
answer
a
is
young
he's
kid.
a fucking sociopath.
yeah,
Like, the doctor was like, this is meant for you, you're special. And that's not the doctor's fault that this guy's a sociopath. He's just nice to people. And, like, usually it turns out really great and that person helps save the world or whatever. But, like, this time, he sucks. But, like, yeah, his belief, because he believes and then he doesn't believe. Like, not even, oh, it turns out that this was a joke and I'm going to say really mean things about Ruby that made me want to, like, throw things at you.
oh my god, that was
But, like,
awful.
Yeah, such an asshole.
I got so mad.
I got
Something
so
about
mad.
the, like,
I really
covered
wanted-
in lip gloss line made me so
Ooh,
mad, and I
that
don't
made
know
me
why.
so fucking mad.
it's like I wish I was so lucky.
Well, she's a little young, but but I wish I was age appropriate and so lucky. But like when he breaks into Unit, and one, he's doing a terrible live stream because he keeps holding the gun in front of the camera.
Yeah,
Like, and I've used a chest camera like that before. It doesn't. He needs the face. He should do the head camera so they can see what he's seeing.
Yeah.
But, like, he doesn't believe in that one. Or, like, when he's talking, like, I can't figure out his game plan there. But then we find out he does, but I don't.
We never get enough information actually about him, only about his cover persona.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we need to know him because he's a piece of shit, but like it would help, I think, in the end.
Well,
but
yeah,
we are probably going to learn more about him considering how he's set up at the end with Mrs.
It's
Flood.
just, I think it's just that he's
yeah.
such a
I imagine we'll get more.
sociopath that he is always right. So he will just argue whatever someone says to him.
I mean, I think he
'Cause-
he just falls into that trope of like, you know, the guy that's too influenced by what he reads on the internet versus what he's actually seen. So he lets like what he's reading, what other people have told him is bullshit, influence his own beliefs, and then he just ends up confused because he knows that a part of him actually believes in this shit, but he's built his whole life on not and
Well,
like shitting on it.
And we've all met this person before that, like,
Yes.
no matter what you say,
They're
he will
really
argue
kind-
the opposite.
Yes.
So, like, when he meets the doctor, he admits it's all real. I mean, what fucking choice does he have at that point? But then he completely rejects everything the doctor is and stands for.
Yeah.
But then, like, the moment, he admits the Screeth is real and he faked all of this to get his life saved. But the moment that happens, he has to go back into his like, your special effects have gotten pretty good. I'll give you that kind
Chomp.
of like, yeah, chomp. Also, how the fuck does a taser stop the Screeth? Like they've shot the Screeth several times, nothing happens.
Maybe it's
Fucking
electricity. It's weak to the
science,
electricity.
I guess, yeah. It's
She's
a
got
fucking
a
water
good
type.
taser. She's got a real good
She does
taser.
have a good
I was
taser.
mad that she didn't get to use her wheelchair.
Rockets? I was
Rockets?
wondering that
Yeah.
too. Like
I
science
fully
lady.
was expecting.
Yeah.
Although I expected anytime she shows up, is like, are you going to use your rockets?
She's so awesome.
We know you got rockets.
I love
use
her.
your rockets. Could solve a lot of problems with rockets.
Yeah.
I did like her line at the end where like Ruby admits that she just has to go away and be alone and like actually process some stuff for a while, and Kate's like, well, when you're ready you can come talk to me and I'll be here for it, and gives her a big hug, and you're like, these two have a really sweet relationship. She's like, you already have 2 moms, are you collecting them or
Yeah, that was
something?
good.
Are you collecting?
That was really
That was a
good.
good bit.
She probably needs a really good therapist.
I also really enjoyed when the fucking robot just like fucking, yo, peace, I'm out.
Yeah. The Blinks or whatever he's
And then
Yeah,
disappeared
blinks.
into the floor.
yeah, like, nope.
Nope.
There is a spin-off that they actually like backdoor mention on this one. Because I'm pretty sure, because it's the war between land and sea, and I think Mel's in that. And when they talk about where Mel is, I'm pretty sure they mention like where that'll take place.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I could just be adding to it. But
Is that out? Do you know?
no, but it's out soon.
Really? Okay.
Um,
That's awesome.
and I believe Mel's in it, and I believe Martha Jones is in it.
Oh, fun.
But
Really?
anyways, yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
Russell T Davies, man.
Fair.
Love it.
But he can't bring a companion back that he like just loves it.
And if you can't, he'll make a new one that's similar to the old one.
Mrs. Flood.
Mrs. Flood.
Yeah, we see her in all 4 episodes. She's Belinda's next door neighbor who's like, she's telling about the cat getting killed.
She's sort of been mixed with the woman who ended up being the Susan something.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
because last season Flood appears a couple of times, like knows what the TARDIS is, but doesn't appear every episode. And then that one woman appears every episode. And she ends up being like the something of Sutek.
Right. Oh, that's right.
But this one, Flood appears everywhere all of the time, but much more breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then in the second one, she shows up and she's like, yo, Tommy Lee, check out this drum set.
What?
He's making jokes about them being a band. No, it's like, oh, you should watch this because she loves the TARDIS.
She really
Yeah.
does. And then in the third one, she's on the computer. She's
yeah.
like the head base.
Yep.
And then she just shows up as the warden in the fourth one. Lets him out and has some shit for him to do.
I have been spoiled on this. I believe Heidi's been spoiled on this. Do you know what Mrs. Flood is? Without answer, yes, no, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you had seen this season.
No.
Okay,
That's the one spoiler. I mean, I know other spoilers.
yeah.
but
'cause-
that's
I
actually
would
the
have been a
one.
lot more careful. Do you guys have theories on
Susan.
Flood?
Susan. See, that was my first.
I think
Susan's evil now.
I mean,
well, she's not necessarily ever been seen as being evil.
I don't know, man. She has been.
I don't know.
Okay,
Time can
no,
change
because
someone.
when Sutek shows up, she's like, "Do you believe in God?" to the grandma, and she's like, "You tell your God that I will come to his gates with like fire," and
Oh, right.
Yeah.
she gets super sinister at the end of
Okay,
last
so the
season, and
sinister, but not evil. But
like,
also,
she's blow down the gates of heaven. You're like, I'm not saying she's bad.
She's a bi-generation of the Valeyard.
that'd be great.
Oh, the value.
But also, you tell me this: Susan gets fucking abandoned through time by her grandfather. You may get evil by that.
in the middle of a Dalek war.
Yes.
You
exactly.
most certainly may get evil by
See,
that.
I want it to be Susan. I think.
I can't talk. I know what it is. So if
Yeah.
I'd like it.
Yeah, we had to push up doing this
I
season
wanna-
because we were starting to get spoilers.
I was gonna say, that's not the thing I know from the end of this season. So, because
Yeah.
I also have been spoiled on the end of this season. So,
Yeah, I accidentally spoiled Hydee, and I felt really bad. Usually you're way on top of
I know.
what life happens.
I know. I'm slacking.
Yeah, I don't really have much more on this. Flood is like, every time I see her now, I'm just like, God damn it, woman.
Like, what are you up to? What are you doing?
I love her in that first scene where Ruby finds the TARDIS, though.
Yes.
The like, good luck, Ruby. That whole, that is maybe one of my favorite TARDIS discovery scenes of all time. That whole bit is so good.
It is really good.
Oh, that's something that Cece pointed out that is weird. Belinda knows the name TARDIS without having been introduced to the TARDIS.
oh,
Huh.
Because, like, they pull up the box and she goes, "Is that your TARDIS?" And we think we have figured out how. But, like, I don't know if I'm right. And I don't know if this is just, like, a writing error or something they didn't explain very well, or if it's something leading up in the future that I haven't. Because I've been spoiled on a few things, but not
Yeah.
everything. The theory I have is, I don't remember why, but in that first episode, Belinda and the doctor, like, have a moment where he's like, "I just shot through your entire time stream," or something like that. Like, I don't remember why.
that's right. They like drift for a second, like Pacific Rim style.
Basically, yes. And I was like, did she pick up bits and
You could have
pieces
picked
of
up-
him?
Yeah.
But if that's the case, is that going to come into play later? Because if not, I'm going to be actually really annoyed
Yeah.
that they set that up, but then don't.
Well,
do
the
anything
TARDIS
with
is
that.
such a big part of the Doctor. I feel like that would be. So
And
maybe that's just, I don't know.
I get, like,
But it is interesting.
if they pay it off later,
Does she
great.
know that the TARDIS's name is sexy?
I love how many, like, broken things there are about the TARDIS's name. One, that it's sexy. Oh man, Neil Gaiman wrote that. Now I'm sad. Two, TARDIS doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In the very first episode ever, Susan's like, "It's called the TARDIS. I named it that because it stands for time and relative dimension in space." So Susan named the TARDIS based off this old time machine that they stole. And then years later, when we see other Time Lords, they're all just like, "We'll take our TARDISes." And you're like, but how do you know it's called a...
Time machine.
Taking their TARDI.
No.
TARDI?
She came up with the name, went back in
You're a
time,
TARDIS.
and was like, "Yo, dog, we're gonna call this a TARDIS." And everyone's like, "Two. That is cool, and we're in for this."
Dude,
Did the TARDIS just like that enough that it spread that message around to the other TARDISes, and that's
Maybe.
just how it's translating everything into humans' heads?
That's better. I like that
Yeah, I
better.
like that.
That's
There is-
wicked cool. I like that a lot.
some of the theories that they came up, because for a while they were writing, when there was no TV show and they were just coming out with books, Doctor Who was getting weird. Like, even for Doctor Who, it was getting weird. And they started exploring what was called the Cartmel Master Plan, which they kind of do later on. Andrew Cartmel was running the show towards the end of the series. And he came up with an idea of the Doctor is actually a much bigger part of Time Lord history than anyone knew. It was never.
I've read about this,
It
yeah.
was never fully explained because he wanted the Doctor to have mystery again. Was the whole idea like that? 28 seasons in, he was becoming a little too like fully fleshed out, and that the Doctor works better as a mysterious figure. So there's the idea of there's the three creators of Time Lord Society. There's Rassilon, who becomes the president. There's Omega, who appears a couple of times. And then there was another one called the something. I don't remember what it is. The Other?
The other.
Turns out that through complicated sci-fi things, the Doctor is a reincarnation of the Other, and that Susan is actually the Other's granddaughter, sent forward in time when the Other was being taken out by Rassilon. And the doctor finds her, and they recognize, like, oh, you're my granddaughter, without even really understanding why. Which is partly to explain some weird shit that makes no sense when it comes to... they came up with, like, Time Lords can't reproduce on their own anymore. So...
I don't know if I'm more confused or less confused.
Welcome to Time Travel Stories. But it also explains how Susan could have named the TARDIS, even though... Because she would have been around for the creation of the very first TARDISes.
Yeah, because the other was
Alright.
also supposed to have been the one to come up with most of the important Time Lord technology.
Yeah, really, like...
Like, do they all
Omega
have
did the Eye of
science?
Harmony, the other did all the cool stuff, and Rassilon fucked them both over and took over. Like,
But he had a cool collar while doing
which,
it.
considering how much Rassilon sucks
Real
every
collar.
single time, this plan was sort of adapted later on into the Timeless Child stuff. Like, the fact
Yeah.
that there's a lot more to the Doctor's history that I won't go into because Stephen's not gotten there, but, like... yeah.
I also just accidentally spoiled myself on who Mrs. Flood is.
I know, so I'm going to stop talking. Next time, it's more Doctor Who. And you'll know who Mrs. Flood is. That'll be great.
Yay!
Yeah!
But in the meantime, we're your Generals of Nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Dismissed.
This has been a General Nerdery Presents production. If you enjoyed it, please go hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening to it right now. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked out our other shows over at gnpresents.com. Thank you.